Dave's body wasn't working right. His legs felt heavy, like he was dragging weights. His arms stiffened whenever he tried to move too fast. Even his face felt strange, tight, frozen, like his skin wasn't skin anymore. He leaned against the wall, panting, the beam of his flashlight shaking. This isn't happening," he whispered. I'm not one of them." But the mirror across from him told a different story. In its cracked surface, his reflection stared back, expressionless, eyes glassy, lips stretched in a half-smile that didn't belong to him. His chest heaved in panic, but the reflection's chest didn't move. It was already a mannequin. The whispers swarmed his ears again, low and urgent. "Stay, stay, become." He staggered down the corridor, flashlight beam bouncing wildly. Every turn, every doorway led him back to the same place, the display room. No matter how fast he ran, how many times he doubled back, the halls bent in ways they shouldn't, spitting him out into the same room full of mannequins. Hundreds of them, all smiling. Dave clutched his head. "I'm not staying here. Do you hear me? I'm not—" The mannequins' mouths opened, not all at once. First one, then another, then a row of them, until dozens of stiff jaws cracked wide. From their mouths came a sound like wood splitting, bone cracking. And then the voices poured out. "You already belong. We were like you. Now we are perfect." Dave stumbled back, hitting a shelf. His flashlight slipped from his grip and clattered to the floor. The red-dressed mannequin stepped forward. It moved wrong, jerking, pausing, then lurching again. But it was moving. Its glossy eyes locked on him, lips curling into a smile that stretched too wide. And then, for the first time, it spoke. Not in whispers, not in overlapping voices, but clear, sharp, human. "You can't fight it." Dave scrambled for his flashlight and bolted from the room. His stiffening legs made it clumsy, every step loud in the hollow building. He found himself in the toy department, breath ragged, chest burning. Shelves towered around him, covered in dust. Old boxes of dolls sat stacked high, their glassy eyes reflecting dim light. He froze. Every single doll was facing him, rows and rows of them, just like the mannequins. And their tiny mouths began to move. Whispers again, the same words, over and over. "Stay, stay, stay." Dave's hands shook as he grabbed a fire extinguisher from the wall. He didn't think, he just swung. The glass eyes of the nearest doll shattered, the body collapsing in plastic shards. The whispers stopped. For 1 second, silence. Then, all around him, the dolls screamed, high-pitched, piercing, like hundreds of children crying out in pain. Dave dropped the extinguisher and ran. He didn't know where he was anymore. The building twisted, stretching into places that shouldn't exist. Hallways doubled back into themselves. Doors led to blank walls. And always, always, the mannequins appeared. In the shoe aisle, in the food court, on the escalators that no longer worked. Each time closer, each time smiling. His breath came ragged, his chest heaving, but the stiffness spread faster. His fingertips had gone pale, plastic-like. He could barely bend them. When he tried to scream, no sound came out, just a hollow rasp. He stumbled into a maintenance room, slamming the door shut behind him. For a moment, blessed silence. The room was small, lined with tools and dusty shelves. He dropped onto a stool, clutching his chest, forcing air into his lungs. On the wall hung a cracked employee bulletin board, papers yellow with age. He scanned them desperately. One sheet caught his eye. Safety notice: do not work alone in display room. Mannequins may cause dizziness, disorientation, and visual disturbance. His blood ran cold. Another paper, scrawled handwriting, pinned to the wall. They don't kill you, they take you, bit by bit, until you're nothing but a face in the crowd. Dave's shaking hands gripped the paper. His vision blurred with tears he didn't remember letting fall. "Bit by bit," he whispered. He looked at his hand, pale, plastic, fingers stiff. He was already halfway gone. The door handle rattled. Dave froze. Slowly, the metal turned. He grabbed a wrench from the shelf, holding it like a weapon. His arms felt heavy, useless, but he raised it anyway. The door creaked open. No one stood there, just silence. And then the mannequin stepped in. 1, 2, 3, all of them identical. Blank faces, stiff limbs, moving wrong but moving. Dave swung the wrench, smashing one's head clean off. Plastic cracked, body toppling. For a second he felt a rush of hope, until the head rolled across the floor and blinked. The mannequin surged forward. Dave screamed, shoving past them, sprinting back into the halls. He didn't care where he was running anymore. He just had to keep moving. The stiffness spread deeper now, crawling up his arms, his neck. He could feel it in his jaw, locking tight. He staggered into a wide, open area, the central atrium. The fountain sat dry and cracked in the middle, the glass ceiling above showing only darkness. The mannequins surrounded the balcony, looking down at him from every floor. Hundreds of them, and everyone smiled. The red-dress mannequin stepped out from the crowd. It didn't jerk like the others this time. It glided, smooth, almost human. Its glassy eyes gleamed as it came closer. Dave backed up until he hit the edge of the fountain. His body trembled, stiff and useless, his breath short and shallow. The mannequin stopped inches from him, and then it leaned in. Its voice was calm, clear, almost gentle. "You can't leave, Dave. You're already one of us." Dave shook his head, tears streaking down his face. No, I'm not." The mannequin reached up with stiff, cold fingers and touched his cheek. The skin beneath its touch hardened instantly, pale plastic spreading across his jaw. Dave's scream broke into silence. His throat had frozen. He fell to his knees, his body locked up, arms stiff at his sides. He tried to fight, to push against the cold crawling through him, but it was no use. His vision blurred, edges darkening. The last thing he saw before everything went black was the red-dress mannequin smiling down at him, and behind it, his own mannequin copy stepping out of the shadows. Identical, perfect, already smiling. Dave couldn't move. The cold plastic spread through his chest, locking his arms, stiffening his jaw. His body trembled as he fought to stay human, but every second, the mannequin's whispers crawled deeper into his head. Silent faces, silent forever. The red-dress mannequin stood over him, its lips curved in a perfect smile. Its hand rested on his shoulder, heavy and freezing, pressing him down like he belonged on the floor. Above, the balconies of the mall were lined with mannequins, hundreds of them, all watching, all waiting. His vision blurred. He could barely breathe. It was over, or so he thought. Dave's head tilted back against the fountain edge. His body stiffened further. He couldn't even cry anymore. His tears had dried into shiny streaks across his pale skin. The red-dress mannequin leaned closer, whispering in his ear, "One more breath, Dave, then you're ours." And he believed it. Because when he tried to take that breath, nothing came. His chest didn't rise. His lungs didn't work. A scream tore from inside his skull, silent but deafening. The mannequins began to move, jerky, stiff steps, all in unison. They descended the stairs, closed the balconies, crawled over the fountain walls. Closing in, Dave's heart thudded once, twice, then slowed. He thought of his life before this place, his mom's smile, the old car shop smell of oil and metal, the feeling of freedom when he'd drive with the windows down, music blasting, all of it slipping away. The mannequins circled him, their shadows stretched across the floor, long and clawed. His eyes rolled back, his arms stiffened at his sides. And then, bang! The sound shattered the silence. A door slammed open somewhere behind the mannequins. Bright white light cut through the atrium like a blade. The mannequins froze. For the first time, they stopped whispering. Dave blinked, his fading vision straining against the glare. A figure stepped into the light. It was Carl, the old security guard, except not the same. His eyes glowed faintly, his skin pale, almost translucent. He carried something heavy in his hands, an iron crowbar, rusted and jagged. "Let him go," Carl growled, voice echoing unnaturally. The mannequins turned in unison, their smiles stretched wider, cracking across their faces. The red-dress mannequin hissed, "He's ours." Carl lifted the crowbar, his stance firm. "Not tonight." Chaos erupted. The mannequins lunged forward in jerky waves. Carl swung the crowbar, smashing heads clean off, bodies collapsing in hollow thuds. Each hit echoed like thunder. But for every mannequin that fell, two more stepped forward. The whispers surged again, louder than ever, rattling Dave's skull. "Stay, stay, stay." Carl fought like a man possessed, every swing of the crowbar glowing faintly with strange light. But even he couldn't stop them all. He reached Dave, crouching low, grabbing him by the collar. "Fight it!" Carl shouted. "Don't let them take you!" Dave tried to speak, but his jaw wouldn't move. His eyes locked on Carl's glowing face, desperate. Carl pressed a hand against his chest. It burned, but for the first time, Dave felt air rush into his lungs. He gasped, a broken sound, but a sound nonetheless. He wasn't gone, not yet. The red-dress mannequin shrieked, its voice layered with hundreds of screams. Its glassy eyes glowed red, teeth bared too sharp for plastic. It raised both arms, and the entire atrium shook. The mannequins around them jerked forward faster, no longer stiff but fluid, predatory. Carl yanked Dave up, half carrying him, half dragging him toward the light of the open door. Every step was war. The mannequins clawed at them, stiff hands grabbing Dave's arms, legs, clothes. Each touch made the plastic spread faster. Carl smashed them aside, but he was slowing. "Almost there," he roared. They reached the doorway. Dave's legs barely worked. His vision swam in and out, his body half plastic, half human. Behind them, the mannequins screamed as one. The red-dressed mannequin surged forward, faster than all the rest. Its face twisted, mouth splitting open impossibly wide. Carl shoved Dave through the doorway first. The moment Dave crossed, the whispers cut off. The air changed, warm, alive, real. Carl followed, slamming the door shut. The mannequins pounded against the other side, but they couldn't pass. For the first time, silence. Dave collapsed to the floor, gasping, clutching his chest. His hands trembled as color slowly returned to his skin. His face ached, but the stiffness was fading. He was alive. He was human. Carl leaned against the wall, crowbar hanging loose in his grip. His glowing eyes dimmed, his chest heaving. Dave croaked, How did you?" Carl gave a tired smile. "I never left this place, kid. I was taken, like you. But some of us, we fight back. We keep others from joining the collection." Dave's throat tightened. He tried to speak, but only a whisper came out. "Why me?" Carl's eyes softened. "Because you were meant to, and because someone had to save you." The pounding on the door grew fainter, the whispers, distant now. Dave sat there shaking, clutching his arms, afraid to breathe too deep in case the plastic came back. Carl laid a hand on his shoulder. "It's over. For now. But you never come back here. You hear me?" Dave nodded hard, tears streaking his face. Carl helped him to his feet. The crowbar clattered to the ground, glowing faintly before fading to rust again. Together they walked toward the faint light at the end of the hall. Each step took Dave farther from the mannequins, farther from the whispers. The air grew warmer, fresher, real. And for the first time all night, Dave let himself believe he was saved. The end.